Yeah, it's plenty cold out here and still windy enough that it's not fun. I'm not particularly bundled because I don't plan on staying out here very long. Yeah, when I took Tux in last night, his belly was really warm. His body was warm in that doghouse. I think he would have been okay, honestly, with the heating pad and the shelter. But that gave Morris and Marty, I made Marty come out with Morris at 1 a.m., a choice between the cat hotel and the doghouse. And Morris chose the doghouse and Marty chose the cat hotel, and Morris went and got in with Marty. And they're fine this morning. Totally fine. I looked in on them several times during the night. They didn't seem distressed. They were all snuggled. I think double the body heat in there is the right answer. I just couldn't leave Morris out here in the cold, and I can't catch him. So I did that one time for that hurricane. It scared me and him to death, and it just, yeah. But Tux and Panther were in the tub, and Stripe was just loose in the house, and we had a UPS go off, even though we didn't lose power around 6 a.m. Probably a battery failure. That happens. Just coincidence, and it let me get up and check on everybody. So it's not going to be very warm today, but the big warm up starts tomorrow, and it won't be as cold tonight. So yeah, let me go inside and fix this. This is still perfectly drinkable over here. Hi, Panther. Well, you handled being in the back in the tub in the crate just fine. Tux was the one that was ready to go out, which was probably just the last hour this morning. It's probably because he needed to go to the bathroom. Hey, buddy. I didn't worry about you last night because you were in the house nice and warm. Although when I came out to get him, he was in the doghouse down there on the end, and he was fine. So, a lot of bird activity this morning. Totally expected. I'm sure they're out there harvesting those berries. It's the right time of the winter. And there's just a lot of bird activity. I'm hearing them, and I don't have, my eyes aren't woke up all the way yet. That one bird, I'm not going to say it was a cedar waxwing, but it definitely could have been, wasn't a robin. Wow, they're just all out here having a good old time this morning. It's funny how they'll pick a tree and 100 of them will land in the tree and go to town. Hopefully you guys are seeing that a little bit. They're just doing their thing out here, but they'll come through and they'll clean. You know, a few winters have been so mild they haven't cared about the berries, but traditionally they come and they clean every last berry out of the front yard. And flocks of 100 or more robins or other birds mixed in with them. And it's a treat to come out and watch them for a bit. Definitely most of these birds are robins. But I should come out here and sit with Panther with my 300mm lens. And right now, though, they're mostly over here in the shade. I need them like on that sunny tree right there. If I want to get a couple good pictures. Okay. I saw a fox last night. I've seen a fox, I don't know, maybe 6 times prior in the 10 years that I've been here. He was trying to eat dry chow at the cat bricks, and he wasn't bothering anybody. Big old fluffy tailed pretty boy. He saw me and he took off. That's usually what wildlife does, right? They don't know humans. They don't want to know humans. They just leave. So, and I'm sure once he ran, he was gone, or I would have put something else out there. Supposed to hit 40 today. So, the cats will really appreciate that. Me too. But right now it's 25. And you just be glad you're in there, Missy. Hi. Yes, you've been pulled on your rug. Here you go. Good morning. Good morning. You hear Tux carrying on this morning? So I did do some planning last night like I thought I was going to do, and I found a couple YouTube videos where the guys Mills plates for the bottom of the roller coaster. And they figured out for me that it's 3 32 by 32 base plates. Yeah, Don's talking to JB this morning on the phone, making sure he didn't freeze in Florida. So I've decided for the outer border is going to be this bright orange color, which is the same as the actual roller coaster pieces. I'll use fill inside for the Mills plate. Doesn't matter, but I have a ton of yellow, so I'm probably going to use yellow. And the only thing I have to decide is the top grass going to be bright green like these base plates or regular green like these plates. And I think the ones in the kit are green, but the one guy did his in bright green and it looked really good. So I got to think about that just a little bit, and also maybe what kind of border I want around the outside. Flowers, or do I want it to be green, or do I want it to be a different color? I have to think about it a little bit. Well, that shows you what the outer edge is going to be. I'll fill in with some other color here. I didn't quite have enough of the 2x4 chunky bricks that were in good shape, because you know, you really see this outer edge here. And trust me, I hunted through every chunky brick I had in the house to find that many. But now it's time to open the box over here so I can see these base plates, not base plates, but the rectangular plates. It's kind of analogous to taking a car off of the dealer lot after you buy it. The minute you cut the seals, it depreciates. I think last night watching videos, if I remember correctly, there are 15 bag numbers and a total of 39 bags. And some of the bags are loose in the box, and half of the bags are in another cardboard box. Bags 1 through 7, bag numbers, were in the white cardboard box inside the big box. So you can see here all of these big green plates. So I guess I've decided to go with the color that was meant to be for the set. And there are some wedges in the corner, some rounded edged plates, and I have a lot of 4x4 plates, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems getting rid of the wedges, because I don't want rounded corners. There's a little extra space here. It's not 100. Here's a coaster section, like half here, and then this whole thing here is the ticket booth and the big lift part and stuff. And then over here you kind of get to do what you want to do with it. Hot dog stand, ice cream stand stuff. So and they'll be filling in the bricks in the center depending on where the seams are on these plates when I go to put it together. So yeah, it'd just be easier on me if I just do green the whole way. The one guy, he had some jumper plates down here to stick flowers on, but you don't really need jumper plates for flowers. You can just mostly put them on studs. And he had like cement along the back wall and maybe this side, but then it was mostly green here and half cement, light bluish gray color over here. And I don't know, I didn't think that that looked that much better. So I just think covering it in nice green panels, however that works out best, is probably the way to go. Don's saying we're going to go for our walk. We can go. It's up to a whopping 32, 35 degrees out there, something like that. But maybe it's not as windy. So I'm probably going to take a break here in a minute and then work on it some more when we come back. Kitty protected until I come back. Not because I'm worried about them damaging the parts or chewing on them or anything like that. Just if they jump up their normal spot. Their path is there to that. I shouldn't make that higher than it is. Then the counter, and then walk around. Then I don't want to startle anybody, scare anybody. So this will be fine till I get back. We're going walking. I don't know how long we'll walk. It just depends on the wind up in South Park. Not as bad today.
I agree. It's not as bad today.
I told him not to jinx us. Bad as in heavy wind gusts, yeah.
Well, look, the flag. There you go. That's proof.
The flag
Yesterday, the flag
was straight. Yep. You're right.
I was 30 feet away, and I told Marianne, "Oh, it's a little Debbie." And then I was about 15 feet away. I said, "It's a honey bun." And I want you to look.
It's a little Debbie honey bun. I'd rather have an oatmeal cream pie.
Oh, I'd die for that.
Okay.
That's the problem. If you have these, it will the processed food will kill you. It's 2 servings in a honey bun. So first of all, you eat the whole thing. That's 2 servings. Carbohydrates actually isn't that bad. 54
times 2.
No, that's for the whole bag.
Well, that's yeah.
Yeah. It's let's see, per container. I think that's what it says. Per.
He doesn't have his glasses on here. Let me read it. Servings per container to carbs is 27 grams or 54 times 2.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah. So you know, that's my weekly carb allowance. 20 grams a day.
Right. Yeah, well, the problem with those carbs also is you'd be getting in some seed oils.
Yeah.
Inflammation causing stuff. So not only the carbs, but yeah.
Seed oil.
Yeah, be a super no. So there was a guy parked over here in his F-250, and he was hitting golf balls down into the ball field.
Yeah, you can see
and his truck was running. And I was like, you know, it's a diesel truck. It might have been gas, but it's probably diesel.
It was a big one.
He was just letting it run while he was, you know, hanging out over. He had his radio going, but you can run the radio off the 12 volt. You don't need to run the truck to run the radio. But Don was upset for a different reason.
Well, yeah, it's just, you know, I pick up the golf balls after the lawnmower guys run over them because they're not going to pick them up. He didn't pick up, he left. So I asked him, "Are you going to pick up your balls?" He says, "No, they're cheap. You know how cheap those things are? I could just leave them." I said, "Do you know you're littering?"
And he goes, "What? Littering? No."
I said, "Kids play on that field. They could be chasing a fly ball and step on a golf ball and twist an ankle. Not my problem."
Yep, he goes, "Bye, man," or something like that. And he took off. And Don was like, "I got your license plate."
Yeah, no problem. Well, I'm serious. And the cop comes. I said, "Hey, you know, you need I'm going to tell the guys." I said, "Look, I don't care. It doesn't make any difference to me. I don't care if they put golf balls, they can hit them out there. But you ought to put a sign up there because, you know, when the mom's kid twists his ankle on a golf ball, she comes and complains at the city, and there's no sign that says don't hit golf balls here, then the city's going to say, well, you know, I guess we need to put a sign up." So go on and be preemptive.
Yeah, and I know you can't see it on video, but I can see some out there in the field. Yeah, so.
He didn't hit that many. Best I can tell, maybe half a dozen. Maybe a dozen.
That we paid attention to. Yeah, I don't know. But still, if you're going to, no problem. Nobody's out there practicing your swing, but go pick up your balls. Yeah, it was very, but
this way, I bet you if he had that was his front yard and he was practicing from his tee box in his front yard, I bet you well, of course he's rich enough, he could pay somebody to go pick up, but I bet he doesn't leave them in his front yard. So if you're not going to leave them in the front yard, you cut your front yard, you fertilize your front yard, you keep your front yard up to date. That's exactly what they do with this field. So that basically says you don't get to hit your golf balls and just leave them. Maybe if you hit them out into the woods. I don't like that either, but I can see why you wouldn't go pick them up then, because you ain't going to find them. But there's no reason to spend a few minutes down there picking them up.
Yeah, well, it was the entitlement that was the problem.
Right.
And his was a 40-year-old guy?
Oh, easy, 45.
Yeah, he was not some young kid.
He was some 22-year-old.
He's worked for a living. He knows the deal. Oh, it's nice being back in Jules. Although, like Don said, there was wind today. Don't misunderstand, but it wasn't like yesterday. Yesterday was, oh my God, wind. We walked for 50 minutes. We're ready to head to the house, have a snack. I think I'm going to plate up some cheese and a piece of smoked salmon. And then I'm gonna work on my Lego, and Don's got a couple of projects,
Yeah,
electrical things he wants to work on.
Yeah, I'm really. These people, they're playing on the playground. It's in the shade.
Yeah, and they were really playing pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they were doing good.
We're back from our walk, and I'm going to lay down these plates now. Leaving a little spot over here, I determined, for the parking lot, not needed for the roller coaster itself section. I mostly have these nice 8x16 pieces, but there's 3 that are going to be segmented, actually maybe 4. So yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's all good. I've got plenty. I'm going to use yellow underneath because I have a ton of them. That gives you a feel for what it's going to look like. Obviously, you're using 2 wide blocks, so you straddle it, and you want it most, you know, this, I may have overdone it underneath there, but it'll be solid. This thing ain't gonna flex when I'm done with it. So my front yard baseball stadium lights wouldn't come on anymore for a while. A 10-year-old switch went bad thereabouts. Don's fixing it.
Right, I was gonna convert it to my new style home automation stuff, but
Shelly?
Shelly. I was going to use a Shelly, and because it gives you a couple flexibility things, and you know, Z-Wave's on this way out. But what happened is the 3-way back there is, I have replaced it with a what they call a supplemental or auxiliary switch. It's a switch that works with this. It only uses 2 wires. And the truth of the matter is, I can't find the 3rd wire, because normally there was 2 travelers and a hot that went back there, but I can't find it, and the hot, and so I didn't want to dig into the box. I think I probably put a cap on it because you don't use the hot back there. Anyway, the long story short, I just said, you know, it'll be easier if I just get the exact Z-Wave switch that I had, just replace it with same for same, and then I won't have to do any changes, and so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so it's a complicated 3-way switch, and back in the bedroom is the other part of it. And you know, 3 or 4 times a year I really need to light up the front yard, so I'll be happy that I can do that again. Those cats, they need to not get into trouble out there, but if they do, I need to be able to see.
That's right.
So that translated to thank you for fixing it for me. Well, I'm sure you care about having the front yard lights working also. I might add that in my lighting routine, emergency kind of automation, those lights are very vital. So
that's right.
Well, I'm going to put lasagna in the oven to heat up, and I'm going to go sit with Gray while it does that and work on yesterday's video. Everything's uploaded now. And I've got proof of concept that it fits. It fits just like the one guy's video that I watched fitted. Over here is going to be a combination of some grass strips, so this green but some tan walkway kind of area, path up to the entrance to the ride, basically. Either sand or concrete asphalt looking. I haven't decided yet. So I have a proof of concept over here. This will be built up. These 4 slopes here will be changed out. This holds the ticketing or entrance columns. But anyway, proof of concept is there. It's all good. It all fits. It's working out. But I'm done for today. Isn't it convenient? It comes and it fits over here. And for right now, it's not so heavy and I can actually lift it. The piece that goes up here on the side, you build it like this, and then it's 31 inches or something, then you stand it up after. So it'll be built separate and then attached to the base. At that point, I probably won't be moving the base around too much anymore.